Hi guys, how y'all doing today? Well, I'm out here trying to bend these pipes, and I'm gonna straight tell you, man, anybody that tells you this is easy is pulling your leg. They're hiding their goofs, they're not showing you their bloopers, but I'm the kind of guy, I'm gonna tell you what's really happening. And this is a colossal pain in the keister. Hey guys, getting ready to bend some pipe here, and here's the shoe. And you remember the first time I used this, the first two bends came out really sweet, and then the next time I tried it, well, not so much. And what I noticed was the paint was chipping off, which Swabster3 had sent me a comment on one of my videos about that the paint might have chipped off and made the diameter a little different. So what I've decided to do to try to combat that is I got this real thin flexible rubber. It's just something that was going to be trash at work, and I cut off some pieces of it and brought a little bit home to try this. It's like probably a 1/16 of an inch thick and just real pliable. And I'm going to stick that in there to fill that gap, and then put a piece of pipe on top of that and see if that doesn't make a difference. We're going to share this with you guys. For those of you who don't know, this is a deburring tool, also known as a burr whip, and it's just got this little hook on it that swivels. A lot of times the ends unscrew and there's extra ones in there that they can replace them when they get dull, which is hardly ever. Anyway, you just stick it in here after you've cut a piece of metal, pull it around, and it trims all that crud right off of there. Look how easy and quick that is. You can take a rat tail file and get in there and do the same thing. This is just a real nice little tool, and I wanted to share that with you. I think Harbor Freight carries them. Northern Tool probably carries them. Deburring tool. In the industry, we call them burr whip, because it's like a whip. Alright. I got lucky on my first two bends. The next two were not so good, but almost acceptable. And, well, let me show you what I got going on here. I'm trying some different things, trying to come up with an equation. What's that? What the hell is that? That's trial and error for you. I got some, these are not bad bends, but they were the wrong angles. That's part of it. The angles are tricky. Let's see what we got here. Somebody suggested that I make a little bend and then move it an inch and bend it again. And that's what I did here, and it kinked at the first bend, and it also kinked outside where the shoe was on the first one. So that was, and I bent it too far, which I wouldn't have used that anyway. And here's another one that was, this was just the shoe with a piece of rubber in it. I got this soft, malleable rubber from work. It was just scrap. It was going to get thrown away. And it comes in big old pieces. And I cut off a bunch of little squares and brought them home. And I put it in the shoe and let the pipe lay on it, hoping it would tighten up and grip that pipe to keep it from coming up. And this is one where I tried that without my little cap piece on it. And it, somehow or another got kinked a little bit too. So, there's a bunch of wasted pipe. I can use these little short pieces for other things, but these angles, you know, it's scrap. I've got one in here now that I'm gonna try. It's got the rubber and the cap on it. And I think I may be onto something, but I'm still having a hard time. I was trying to do a 22.5 degree. No, 45, sorry. I'm trying to do a 45 here. I thought if I could do two 45s, it'd be better. But then my axle plate to be here, my first bend to be here, and I just don't have enough room in between the wheels in there to do a second bend in there. So I thought about using a longer piece of pipe, right? And then cutting it off after I bend it. So I may do that. Anyway, it's a booger, man. I'm telling you. So I did all that. I got frustrated. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go in the house and take a nap. Key man. No, I went in the house, had some breakfast, cooled off for a minute, and come back out and I'm gonna try some more. Anyway, I just want to share you that stuff before I forgot what all happened to them, and then I wouldn't be able to tell you right. So I'm gonna give it a go, and if I get some good ones, I'll show you. If I get some bad ones, I'll show you. God help me, I get some good ones. I got lucky that first day, and then turned out I had them too short to begin with. Rawr, rawr. Frustrating. It's not easy like they say, man. All these guys on these videos that, look what I did, oh yeah. Ah, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They're lying. They're lying, I tell you. Alright, see ya. Okay guys, I'm going to unveil this for you. As you're going to see it as I see it. I just tried to do a 45 and I went too far. I got a 50. So I'm, not pleased with myself over that. But I took my little screws out of my holder here. And see, with that little piece of rubber in there, I think you can see that. It's actually cutting it, which I'm glad I have some extra of that, because it looks like it might be a problem. See how it's cutting it? But that means it's gripping, it's helping grip. And this is actually a pretty good little bend. And I cut this is a piece I had cut for something else, but it's longer. So I have all the way up to this line is how the end of this pipe will be when I get down and cut it off. So I have this much room in order to make another bend. An actual 40, not a 50. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try that. Wish me luck. Alright fellas, I got that one done. And I got it laying on the table. At a glance, it appears that it may have a slight imperfection. Somehow or another, I'm not surprised. And the bend is a hair off too. I'm telling you, man, this is no easy feat. No easy feat. I'm not one to give up though. I am going to try another one, try to mirror that, and then see what I can do about making it work. Because that is the half of the basic concept that I'm looking for. It's half of it. I don't know. I'm playing with it. We'll figure it out. Can you see that? Now over the distance it looks clear again. Big old monster cloud. It just rained on me enough to make me clear off my table. Put all my electric stuff and paperwork inside. And now it's dry already, of course. Ain't that great? Gotta love it. Alright, anyway, I got this next bend done, so while we're here, it's right where I want it to be, so let's crack it out of there and see what it looks like. Oh heck, I'll let you watch me. I try to cut down the length of my videos by editing that kind of crap out, but can you see what I'm doing? That's close enough, I guess. Anyway, I'm just checking here to see if I got a 90 here. Make sure it's level or not. To get it level there, then I can see what my end product is over here. Oh, that one looks like it's spot on. Yay! Alright, and then the test will be to see if it's actually, you know, cattywampus or if it's parallel. So we'll take these things out of there. I was going to grind the threads off of these so they'd slip in and out. Actually, it's working in my favor because on the ones with the little piece of rubber in there, it doesn't want to fit. So it'll actually grab on that thread and I can screw it in, even though there's no nut there. You know what I mean? Well, that slipped right out. Well, let's see how she looks. It's crooked. It's crooked just like the other one. But that's okay. Because you know why? You know why that's okay? Because the bends are acceptable. I cut them off to the right length. I got to drill that seam out of there. I got some 3/8 inch pipe. The other day I was using 1/4 inch and it didn't fill the hole good enough. So when I welded them together, that's why this thing got out of cattywampus. Because it was able to flex. It didn't plug weld properly. So I got 3/8 inch pipe. I'll have to sand it down just a little bit with the angle grinder flat disc to get it to where it'll fit inside there. But yeah, look at these bends. What do you think? And this is going to be where my, you know, my extra clearance from my Kickstarter. And here's the other one. Much better. Now you just got to learn how to do a compound bend and get them straight. I wish I could figure out a way to straighten that. I don't know. And the thing is, they're probably both bent in the same direction, so that when I mirror them, once again, it'll be, you know, instead of one will be up and the other will be down type thing. Well, I'm gonna have to build another table. Man, I fill up a table quick now, I'm telling you. Yeah, see, this one sticks up right here, and this one sticks up right here. So, maybe I can heat them up. Maybe I can heat them up and twist them just a little bit. Of course, I gotta cut them off. Oh well, anyway, I'll figure all that out. At least I know that 45s, I can do 45s that way. Which that's good because I think these might be the only actual 90s that I need. Maybe. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see, a long way to go yet. Well, I got it. Finally got good 45s. I got one here, got one there, twice. Cut the extra length off the end, which kind of a waste of pipe, but it's the only way I could get it. And drilled my holes in them so I could plug weld them. Got my thing whittled down so it fit inside there. Took some angle iron and spot welded it to it so it would stay square during the process of welding this together. And I ran out of welding wire. You know what I mean. And that's just the way it is. Son of a gun. So, crap. Oh well. At least I got that part done. So I guess I don't even know what time it is. I know it's Sunday afternoon. So I guess the best I could hope for is maybe the auto parts store is still open and they carry welding wire. Tomorrow's a holiday, Memorial Day. The auto parts store will probably be open there. It's a big day for them. A lot of guys like to stay home and clean up their hot rods and stuff. So yeah, I feel good I got that far. It's just like, geez, one thing after another. Alright, so that's what it is, man. I don't know, this may be all I get today. If not, I'm just going to be welding that up and cleaning it up and getting it ready. Then I got to cut some slots in it for the axle plates to slip into, and then weld them together. Pretty much uneventful at that point. And then, you know, bend some more metal and weld it all, heat it up. Well, guys, guess what? I went over to the O'Reilly's just to see if they were open, and of course they weren't. Excuse me. So I stopped at McDonald's and had Pat with me, and we got an ice cream cone. You know, we thought, heck, we'll just take the rest of the day off and, you know, enjoy the holiday. And then we got halfway home. We thought, well, let's go out by the farm store. You know, the Orchlands, and sure enough, they were open. And I was able to get some welding wire and new pair of gloves. New pair of gloves, yay! Because I needed them. Because I needed them. My old ones, if you remember, I about cut my pinky off a couple weeks ago. Had a big old hole in that thing, and my index finger had completely come unsewn. And every time I tried to do anything, I was getting it burned or hot or hurt. So anyway. Got some welding wire. KT Industries Incorporated is what they sell over there. And what I usually get out at O'Reilly's is this. Firepower. And I'll tell you what, I spooled this up. I did that trick that T-Man was mentioning. His welder was spurting. It would like go and stop and go and stop and go and stop. And somebody on that video commented that you might have dust and dirt inside the liner in the torch hose to blow it, to take the wire out and blow it out there. So I did that to mine because I was having that problem too. And that helped, by the way, just so y'all know. And I put this new welding wire in there, and I could really tell a difference. Man, it was just welding better. You know how these welders are, you know, your welds are your welds, but it was just a more consistent, steady, bacon sizzling sounding, constant burn. It wasn't erratic popping and hitting and missing. And I'm not talking about the spurting from the wire feed. I'm talking about the actual burning process of the wire. I honestly believe this is a superior grade of welding wire. It could just be this new and clean too. I don't know. Anyway, let me show you what I got. So I welded that up. Here, let's get you over here so you can see what I'm talking about. There you go. So I got that welded up and ground down the nastiness. And I don't know if I showed you or not, but I've welded this piece of angle iron on there to keep it at the right width. That way it wouldn't warp. I'm going to leave that on there till it's good and cold, and then I'll cut that off, grind those little welds down, and cut my slots in it for my axle plates. So it actually came out good. I mean, I'm going to show you these bends. That's what I've been struggling with. Ah, heck. I may have showed these to you already. There's my weld, yucky as it may be. But yeah, those bends came out good. So, I haven't got a good 90 yet, but I do have good 45s. And that's with using the rubber and the capper. Saddle, whatever you want to call it thing. So, pleased with that. I don't know that I need any more 90s in this process. Well, I know I do. A couple. But, I'll come to that bridge when I get to it. So I cut my angle iron off of there, and I propped it up on these 4x4 blocks of wood I have to get it up off in the air so the rim could hang down. and I marked it, and I cut my slots for the axle plates, and I drilled holes in the back so I can plug weld up into the bottom of the axle plate. That will help alleviate any tendency it may have to want to flop. And now it's got to weld them on there. Yeah. Sure seems like a lot of work for no farther than I've gotten. You know? But that's the way it goes. Can you dig it? Yeah? Yeah. Look at that. You see anything different about that? I had these on here backwards. I had this angle going the wrong way. I almost welded them on there like that. I would have screwed the whole thing up. Huh? Glad we caught that, eh? Right on.